You guys, the Stranger Things PTB is out, but there's a lot of new things that got introduced. Lots of perks, lots of add-ons, lots of different interactions. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down the different interactions that you may not have thought to think of, but are probably curious to wonder about. A lot of work went into this. So I appreciate any likes, subs, follows, and comments you can do to help support the channel. Appreciate it. Let's get into it. So first up, we're dealing with the perk, change a plan. So what happens if we use like built to last while we're in a locker? And we, use change a plan at some point in between when built to last is cooking. Alright, so we just used it. Alright, now let's go take a look. So I'm going to deplete this med kit. And we'll get back in and see what happened to our med kit. I was robbed! I wasted a whole built to last. Good to know. Okay, what about when I use a non-event toolbox? When change of plans is non-event, so... Oh. Good to know. So what happens to a brand new part when using change of plan? It replaces it. Duh. Good to know. Just Bada Bada Boom. So now we're on Bada Bada Boom. Alright, we just hit the Bada Bada Boom. Now let's hit the chem trap. Oh, interesting. So it kind of works. It only went to 75% hindered, and I think it's supposed to go to 100% if they both stack. So that's good to know. Okay, now let's move on to... Extrasensory Perception. So what happens when we trigger it while object gets triggered? So it looks like the timer of object completely stopped. Once I get back up, that's when the timer resets. Interesting. Okay, how about with Extrasensory Perception? Is the Scratch Mirror Myers still able to see me? Probably not, but it's valid. So we check it. Aha! Now he can't see me. Not until I want him to, or after 11 seconds. Okay, what about open-handed and extrasensory perception? Let's take a look. So I put Myers in the same spot, and then use these picnic tables as like a vantage point. That's roughly 44. Let's take a look. Okay, we can see him with open-handed, and it goes away right past the picnic table. Oh my gosh, I can see him all the way back here with open-handed. Look, it keeps going. Yep, that works. Okay, so what about Killer Instinct on some killers? Let's take a look. What about Dredge? Can Dredge get Killer Instinct? No, Dredge does not get Killer Instinct while this perk is active. That's very interesting to know. So, if he's teleporting in darkness mode, you can definitely counter out his, Killer Instinct. Okay, what about Houndmaster and her dog? Oh, she did reveal my Killer Instinct on that one. Okay, what about Legion's Frenzy? Okay, let's crouch. Oh, disappears! Oh, how about that? That's gonna make gameplay a little bit more interesting as well. Something to think about, everybody. This perk may be slept on more than we think. Good to know. Now let's see what happens against the Doctor and its Static Blast. If I crouch, do I hide myself from the Static Blast, or does he get me? Nope, still hits. Interesting. So with the new Aura perk, Phantom Fear from Freddy Fazbear, does Extrasensory Perception block the killer and make it so the killer cannot see my aura? or does my aura get revealed? Let's pretty much find out. Okay, let's go ahead and crouch, get this going. Alright. Interfere is activated. No, my aura is hidden and I don't scream. Crazy! So what about the perk Starstruck? Will I get exposed if I'm crouched? And this perk activates? Nope, not exposed. Okay, I stand back up. Yep, and there goes the exposed. Okay, what about the perk Scene Partner, which makes you scream when you look at the killer in their terror radius? Okay, that's what it looks like normally. Now let's crouch down with the perk activated, look away from the killer. Okay, now we'll face him. Do we scream? No scream! Look at that! Crazy. Alrighty, and then the last interaction with this perk that I can think of is Infectious Fright. Will I scream if the survivor goes down while I'm crouched? No. No Infectious Fright for you? Wow. Okay, what about We See You when it gets the Scratch Mirror Myers? So what I'm checking for here is how fast the tokens accumulate. Obviously, it's going to be based on the cooldown. But I also wanted to see what happens if I get all 4 tokens. Does his aura get revealed? Or is he still just hidden? Let's find out. Gotta get those stonks in. Alright, here's my third one. Okay, here we go. Get the fourth one. Alright, let's take a look. Oh! Don't see anything. My perk is ruined! Good to know. Okay, can turn back the clock activate on generators that are already regressing. If you played the PTB, you probably already know this, but it's good to do some testing here. Obviously not. Now, what about ones that are blocked, like Repressed Alliance? Nope, the option does not even show up. That's a bummer. Okay, what about the add-on? I have the Skate add-on. Let's see if the Skate add-on can make it explode, maybe. Nope. Whole lot of nope. Okay, what about Blast Mine? Does it trigger it, like, do I get Blast Mine from far away? Nope. What about, do they get to keep the perk? They sure do. Blast Mine was still on the generator. Okay, now that they put Blast Mine back on there, what about the Skate add-on? Does the Skate add-on kick the generator? It does kick it. I didn't get Blast Mined. Is it still there? Yep. It's good to know. Okay, what about Hex Hive Mind? Another one that makes him explode. Alright, this one required a lot of work. So, put Blast Mine wiretap on that one. Let me run over here. Repressed Alliance. Okay, finish this gen. Alright. So that gen is regressing, but the blocked one did not regress. Alright. The gen's not glowing yellow, but I think that was a bug at the beginning. But I do see that wiretap is still activated. I can still see my wiretap. Alright. Let's double check and make sure my Blast Mine's still there, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yep. So, does not get rid of the perks. Good to know. Yep, my wiretap is still there. Okay, what about extrasensory perception to see the killer's aura while Secret Project is activated? If I cleanse his totem, he'll become undetectable. I should be able to see him from here once I crouch after I cleanse the totem. But let's find out. Okay, crouch. Gotta wait a few seconds. Okay, here we go. Bubbling outward. I do not see him. That's a nope. Wonder what other perk combinations y'all can think of. Let me know. This was fun. Thanks so much for hanging out until the end of the video. Greatly appreciate it. If you could do me a solid and hit that like button, maybe even tickle that sub button so you never miss another thing. Want to catch me live? I stream on Twitch every Monday and Wednesday evenings starting around 4 p.m. Central. Or you can catch me on Saturdays starting in the afternoon and going to who knows when. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one.